GetRx has a lot of solid equipment, and while they specialize in rigs and cardio equipment, they still have some nice bars, racks, benches, and more to round out your home gym. Let's get started with the first category, barbells. GetRx tends to specialize in Olympic and multi-purpose barbells, which we'll be going over in this guide. The best barbell that GetRx sells is their Stealth Bar in hard chrome. The main factor you need to know is that the oversized needle bearings allow the bar to have an impeccable spin, and the hard chrome on the sleeves allows for maximum scratch resistance as well. Because of this hard chrome, it's going to require much less maintenance, and it's not going to rust as much as regular barbell finish is going to. And another great thing about the Stealth Bar is that they have men and women's competition standards, meaning they have everything you need for a competition Olympic bar. So if you're looking for a solid multi-purpose bar, I definitely recommend the Stealth Bar. GetRx runner-up barbell is the WOD Bar 5.0 in hard chrome. This bar is constructed of 190,000 PSI tensile steel, creating an incredible all-purpose barbell for an excellent price. It has 2 bushings and oversized needle bearings, which gives it one of the most consistent spins in barbell design. But if you're basically just looking to do Olympic lifts, power lifts, or any lifts in general, this bar is probably going to be perfect for you. If you want a strong, consistent, and affordable barbell for less than $200, the WOD Bar 5.0 is probably what you want to get. Next up, we have GetRx benches, which they actually kind of remind me of Reps benches, honestly. And while Reps benches are my personal favorite and the value of them is incredible, these benches from GetRx look like they're going to be a terrific deal as well, honestly. Especially considering just how expensive good benches are nowadays. I'm looking at you, Rogue. I'm looking at you. The best adjustable bench that GetRx currently sells is the FIDAB-2 adjustable bench. If you can't tell from the name, it's a flat incline and decline adjustable bench. And yes, I'm aware that it's a mouthful. This bench is built using a combination of 7 and 11 gauge steel for maximum stability. But probably the coolest feature is that you can actually add dumbbell holders to it, which definitely sets it apart from other benches out there. If you're looking for something that has dumbbell holders built into it, this might be what you're looking for, honestly. And GetRx has also stated these benches use the same steel that their Titan rigs use, which basically means it's going to be able to hold over 1,000 pounds, and you're never going to have to worry about the bench failing ever again. So if you want the absolute best bench that GetRx currently makes, get the FIDAB-2 adjustable bench. It's so hard to say, guys, I'm sorry. Our runner-up bench from GetRx is the competition heavy flat bench. If you want something solid but you don't really need any adjustable options, this is probably a good fit. The competition heavy flat bench is constructed of heavy duty 7 to 11 gauge steel, and if you plan on doing some heavy bench work, this is probably the bench that you're going to want to check out. This bench also features an upgraded handle made of aluminum, and it has wheels making it easy to transport for those with space concerns, like those that, are working out of a garage gym or a home gym, which is most of us right now, honestly. It also has multiple different pads depending on what you're looking for. You have an option of hefty, wide, and econ flat bench pads, so depending on what it is you're looking for, they probably have an option for you. But if you need a sturdy flat bench that won't break the bank, the competition heavy flat bench is probably what you want to get. GetRx has some great cardio equipment depending on if you're looking for rowers, air bikes, and more. First up, we got rowers. GetRx has some pretty impressive rowers from their Xebex lineup. The best one that they currently have is the Xebex Rower 3.0. This rower features a slightly different frame from the 2.0 and has a lower rail, so it's easier to get in and out of. It also has a backlit display powered by the generator to preserve the battery life when you're rowing, which I have to say is definitely a really nice feature for sure. You're generating wind power, so you might as well use it, I say. If you want the best possible rower that GetRx currently makes, it's going to be the Xebex Air Rower 3.0. The runner-up rower GetRx currently sells is the Xebex Air Rower 2.0. This rower features extra padding on the seat and handles for maximum comfort, and compared to the 3.0 model, it's very similar in a lot of ways, but whatever model you decide to go with, they're going to perform largely the same. If you want a good, solid rower at a competitive price, this might be for you. Next up, we have air bikes. I've always been a fan of Schwinn's Airdyne bikes, and just from the look of these, I can tell that they're very high quality as well. The best air bike that GetRx currently sells is the Xebex AirPlus performance bike. The main difference between this and other air bikes is that it has magnetic resistance combined with air resistance. That way, you can increase the intensity of your workouts however you like. And just like regular air bikes, the harder you push, pull, and pedal, the more resistance you're going to get. This is pretty awesome, honestly, because the better shape you get in, the faster you can move, and the harder the difficulty is going to be overall. So if you want the best air bike that GetRx makes, the AirPlus performance bike is what you want to get. Our runner-up air bike from GetRx is the Xebex Air Bike. This bike is very similar to the AirPlus bike and features an extremely competitive price. Here's one of the first reviews I found on their website comparing it to the Rogue Echo bike. I can't recommend this bike enough. We use both the Rogue Echo and the Xebex Air Bike at the gym that I used to go to. Hands down, I prefer the Xebex Air Bike. Not only do you get a better price for the bike, but they also offer a military discount, which makes the value even better. As you can see, if people are comparing it to Rogue's Echo bike, which is one of the best air bikes you can possibly get on the market, then you know this has to be a real winner. So, if you want the best value air bike from GetRx, the Xebex Air Bike is for you. What do you think of GetRx equipment? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're getting some value from this video, make sure to like it as well. Let's get back to the video. Next, we have the best dumbbells from GetRx. It's really hard to get good dumbbells that aren't going to cost a couple grand, unfortunately. And while it is true for GetRx as well, it's still nice to have some options, especially when a lot of things are out of stock right now. Let's go over GetRx best dumbbells and runner-up ones as well. First up, we have GetRx best dumbbells, which are the rubber hex dumbbells. The great thing about these is that they're priced at $1.20 per pound, which is actually a pretty good deal, all things considered. Just like the other dumbbells shown in my other guides, these are just rubber hex dumbbells, and there's not really anything special about them, honestly. But the cool thing with rubber hex dumbbells is that the hexagonal design is going to make them easier to place into a rack or on the garage floor, especially when we all know they're just going to roll away if they aren't. Honestly, there's not much to say about these except that some of them are in stock at the moment, which, as we all know, once again, is very rare. I'm not a huge fan of rubber grip dumbbells, but the runner-up that GetRx makes is their rubber grip hex dumbbell. These are available between 10 and 100 pounds, they're sold individually, and they have a fully rubber coated handle as well. So if you want something that's going to be a little bit easier on your hands, these rubber grip dumbbells might be what you're looking for. Next up, we have power racks, which in my opinion is definitely the most important piece of equipment you need for your entire home gym. And while these power racks might not be as great as Rogue and Reps, they will still definitely get the job done, especially if you're on a budget. The best power rack GetRx currently sells is a 6-post Titan power rack, not to be confused with Titan Fitness power racks. The cool thing about this rack is that you can add a safety strap system, and you can even add bumper plate, kettlebell, and dumbbell shelves as well. This rack is also made of 3x3 11 gauge and 7 gauge steel with 1-inch holes for attachments on all 4 sides. This makes it a lot easier to attach accessories in any direction or orientation that you can think of, which allows for a lot of customization. If you want the best possible power rack GetRx builds, the 6-post Titan power rack is probably what you want to get. GetRx runner-up power rack is their 4-post Titan power cage. This was designed with versatility in mind, which is awesome considering that many other competitors are focusing on more customization options for home gym owners. This rack is also built with 11 gauge and 7 gauge steel with 3x3 tubing as well. You can get the following things included by default: a multi-grip pull-up bar for various pull-up variations, removable steel pegs for banded exercises, as well as a safety strap system made to withstand heavy drops. Like with the 6-post rack, this is compatible with many of the Titan rig accessories. If you want a solid 4-post rack with a solid price point, the 4-post Titan power cage is definitely worth mentioning. Finally, we have GetRx budget power rack, which is the Pro power cage. Honestly, the price for this rack is actually incredible considering what you get with it. It's only $270 and you get bumper plate storage pegs behind the cage for additional stability, J-cups, which I'll admit are very basic, but they get the job done, and 2 safeties. Its weight capacity is only 500 pounds, but honestly, it really doesn't matter if you're just starting out. This is probably one of the best budget power racks you can get, alongside Reps PR1100 and Rogue's RML90 Slim Rack. They also have a beefier version called the Goliath Power Cage and the Guillotine Squat Rack / Pull-Up Bar Combo. All of these are incredible options, but the Pro Power Cage is what you want to get if you want the absolute best budget version. GetRx specializes in rigs, which are basically used in CrossFit competitions, Ninja Warrior, and commercial gyms. This is definitely going to be specialized equipment for very specific people, but if that's you, then you're definitely going to want to check out this next section. The absolute best rig that GetRx currently sells is this 36-foot Challenger rig, and while I say this thing is an absolute beast, that's a complete understatement, honestly. The Challenger rig is constructed entirely of 3x3 tubing with 7 gauge and 11 gauge steel, while also having a black powder coat. If you're looking for the greatest, most over-the-top rig you can possibly get, there's probably not going to be much more than you can match this, honestly. So if you're planning on opening a CrossFit gym, this might be what you're looking for. The runner-up to that massive 36-foot Challenger rig is the powder-coated outdoor Titan rig. This outdoor Titan rig is less extreme than the Challenger, luckily. It's an all-in-one pull-up rig with 2 different lifting stations, while also featuring plenty of room for any gymnastic movements you might want to do. The pull-up bars are adjustable to accommodate athletes of all skill levels, and you have a ton of optional accessories to maximize the space available. Suppose you wanted something that's a little bit less overkill than the Challenger rig. In that case, the powder-coated outdoor Titan rig is a good option. Finally, we have weight plates, which I'm sure many of you guys are having a hard time finding right now, am I right? Like many other equipment guides, weight plates really don't have to be that fancy to get the job done. But if you plan on doing some kind of power clean, snatches, or any Olympic lifts in general, I definitely recommend going with steel core bumper plates. If you want the best durability, go with competition bumpers, and if you want the best value, premium bumpers are perfectly fine. GetRx best plates are the color competition pound plates. These steel core bumper plates allow you to drop them from overhead without bouncing all over the place. You can tell these are definitely competition plates as they're priced around $3 per pound, which is about right for this style of plate. There's not much else to say about these, except if you're trying to get the best possible bumper plates from GetRx, these are probably the ones for you. The runner-up plates that GetRx currently sells are the color-coded premium bumper plates. These are priced between $2.30 to $2.80 per pound, which is about what I would expect for premium bumper plates. These have a black design with the color-coded logo so you can easily determine which plate is which. These also feature a steel core, which makes them bounce a lot less compared to other bumpers. If you want the best runner-up plates that GetRx makes, then the color-coded premium bumper plates are probably right for you. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know what equipment you're interested in getting from GetRx in the comment section below. If you're interested in seeing more equipment from other companies, you can check out my videos here to see what Rogue, Rep, and others have available. Also, if you want to see more training tips and equipment guides, make sure to subscribe and check out my website at DanteRegularStrength.com. Until next time.